Hello? I think it should work now. I think it should work. Let me see. Doop doop. Yep. I think my mic's working now. I don't think it was working before. Hello? Let me know if it's working now. Yes, I've already gotten my food ready. I've been prepared. Is it still not working? Just wait. Hold up. Let me see on my end if it's working. It works now? Okay, good. Good, good. Happy to hear. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay, so I had to wait until you guys could hear it. Don't mind me, I'm eating. And my bed isn't made. I'm sorry. I just noticed that it's not made. Blame Brian, he just woke up. Blame him. Oh, and I wanted to say thank you guys so much for 8,000 subscribers. It hasn't really hit me yet, but it will. I'm just really, really surprised that I got there so quickly. We just hit 7K last week, which is insanity. Oh yeah, and if you guys have like questions, like more basic questions, I have, see this right here. This is my new website, but that's the URL to the FAQ. You could also just go on the website and then hit FAQ. But if you've got questions, I would check there first. And you can also hit, excuse me, on your browser, there should be like a setting where you can find something. So you could hit that and then type in your question and it should bring you to it, or type in like something related to the question. But just thought that I would put that there in case you guys want to see it. I know. 8,000 is a lot. I'm very, very surprised. Thank you, Libby. Sure, if you guys want to like the video. I got my ginger ale all set and ready to go. And I'm already getting dark. One day I'll get like a better webcam. And then things will be better. Oh. Alright, I guess I wanted to be bright again. How is everybody? How's everyone doing? I'm doing pretty darn good. What am I eating? I'm eating quinoa. It is like my favorite food. Lemon, butter, garlic, quinoa. That is what I'm eating. With ginger ale, of course, because that's a really good combination. Here, let me brighten myself up a little bit. Here we go. What brand of ginger ale? Canada Dry. That is what I'm drinking. Are the ferrets sleeping? Yes, they are. Most of them are in the closet today. Oh my god, you are the best YouTuber. I want ferrets and I love your channel and your ferrets. Thank you so much, Carrie. It's really nice of you. Did my channel get 600 subs in under a day? That would be insane. I don't know if it has. I mean, I guess. I have so many questions, but when you start the live, I forget them. Next time, when you think of them, just like write them down. And then you should remember them. I'm pretty new to your channel. I just started watching your videos today. And I already love your videos. Thank you so much. I watched all of your videos. It actually helped me take better care of my ferret. That is awesome. That is what I love to hear. That is why I create them. You're super cool. Thank you. You're cool. I'm not very cool. I'm pretty boring. There we go. Are you planning on getting any new ferrets soon? No. Brian said I cannot have any more for the time being. How many viewers we got right now? 60. Wow. I love your channel so much. It's so helpful since I'm getting a ferret soon. That's awesome. Happy to hear that. If you have a male ferret, they'll eat around 2 to 4 ounces a day. If they're babies, they will probably eat more than that. Most likely, they will eat more than that. I will not be getting any new ferrets anytime soon. Our next animal will probably be a dog. Probably next year. Yeah, probably end of next year is when we'll be maybe getting a dog. Once we are in a new place and we have a yard and stuff. I love your glasses as a fellow glasses wearer. Thank you. I like them too. I just got a ferret yesterday named Zeno. Or Zeno? Zeno? I love him dearly. He's a runt and a sweetheart. That's really cute. I just got my fur baby and your channel has helped me so much. Thank you. I'm very happy to hear that, and thank you for telling me that, or sharing that with me. What breeds are you thinking? There's a Weimaraner rescue in New York State that I'm going to try and hopefully get a dog from. Definitely though, puppy to very young Weimaraner, because I need to train them to be patient and nice to the ferrets. I honestly can't tell if you're 13 or 30. Oh my god. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Yes, I am 22. That is a very large age range. But, I mean, thank you, I guess. Can I auto this? Will it get all weird? I'm going to keep this on auto so I don't have to keep changing it, but sometimes it doesn't work very well. Do your clothes stink like Ferret? No, unless they've been sleeping in it. KT is not a good brand for ferrets. Most KT items are not good. I have a shelter list that I worked very hard on in the description. It's probably in the description of this live stream, actually. That'll help you find ferret shelters in your state. I can't say that they're all active or even if they have ferrets, because that would take me a really long time to figure out, but I mean, it at least helps you get started, I think. People say I look and sound 12, so you do look kind of young, but I mean, I don't think that's really a bad thing. If anything, that's a good thing. I live in Ireland and there are no ferrets in Ireland. I'm sorry to hear that. But actually, it's a good thing. We, if there's not a lot of ferrets available for rehome, that means that, you know, there's not a lot of people rehoming ferrets, which is good. Excuse me. Yeah, you don't need a cage for a ferret as long as your house is safe. Or made safe. Where can I find the raw balanced grinds chart? It's currently in my Discord server, if you're on there. They're sleeping. They'll get up soon, probably. I recently adopted a sweet kitten. I really have to thank you for making me so prepared. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you so much, Brooklyn. That's very nice of you to say. What is your favorite breed of ferrets? I don't really know what that means, because there's really no breeds, unless you mean like Angora and standard ferret. I prefer standard ferrets more. I sent you a copy of the meal plan that I'm going to feed my kit ferret. He isn't born yet, but the mother is pregnant. I know that you can't answer all of us, but what can I do to know if it's good? I would recommend sending it in my Discord server. I have a lot of raw feeders on my Discord server, and they'll be able to help you figure out if your meal plan is good. And I might also see it on there as well. Should I be feeding my ferret fresh meat instead of Marshall's food? If so, what type of fresh meat would I feed him? I recommend going to this URL, or just my website in general, which is pazuandfriends.weebly.com. And I have a whole page on prey model feeding for ferrets, and that will tell you all the good and all the things that you shouldn't feed on there. They smell like love. That's cute. I live in Africa and there is no ferrets here. That doesn't really surprise me, I guess. I don't know, are there any... I don't think Marshall sells in Africa. But there must not be any breeders either, which is actually a good thing overall. Supreme is not a good brand for ferrets to eat, no. When did you get Pazu? I got him September... Would it have been 2018? Or 2019? No. 2019? I don't even know. I have no sense of time anymore. What can you give to prevent hairballs? You can feed whole egg whisked together. Two things. One, I have a 7-year-old ferret who eats crap. We have tried to get her to eat well, but she just literally will not eat. Check out my mentoring program. I have helped switch 8-year-old ferrets, many 7-year-old ferrets, 6-year-old ferrets, and very, very stubborn ferrets. So I recommend that you go look at that. I'll be accepting new students starting tomorrow, so... I have a very, very old ferret book, and there's so much wrong with it. It's sad to see that they obviously didn't have very much information on ferrets. Yeah, a lot of books, like actual published books, have some pretty sketchy things in there. And I was going to make a video reacting to some, but I just haven't gotten around to it. I do thaw the meat that I feed them. They won't eat it frozen usually. Which, I mean, understandable. I wouldn't want to eat frozen food either. Yes, you can still give your kibble-fed ferret eggs. Just put it in a separate dish. Do not put the egg on top of the food. I have a pet fish, and I'm afraid if I get a ferret, the ferret will eat him. Probably will not eat the fish as long as it's high up and away from where the ferret plays. Your channel is so helpful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Elsa. That's very nice of you. Yes, there are many places that you could get a ferret that is better than Petco. Shelters, reputable breeders, or like Craigslist, those types of websites, Pet Finder, and so on. How many hours a day do you spend on your feeding program? It seems like such a lot of work. I'm surprised you don't charge more for it. Yeah, I spend a lot of time on it. I usually, I go through and I add a bunch of stuff to it because I feel like, I kind of want to elaborate on this. So I go back and I fix that, and then I do all the other chapters. I spend like maybe 2 hours every day just answering messages and checking in on people too. So yeah. You can't click it. You have to type it in. I don't know if I can actually... Let's see. I don't think I can add like a link that you can click. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I don't know if I can add it so you can actually click it. What's your favorite memory with Pazu? I have a lot of memories like taking him for walks and stuff at my parents' house because it was a lot safer to walk him there. And yeah, we had a lot of good times doing that. I might be getting 2 ferrets next spring and I'm super excited. That's awesome. Congratulations. When do you think the waiting period for the mentoring program will be over? Actually, tomorrow I plan on opening it back up, so there's your answer. Can ferrets eat shrimp? They can. It's just not super nutritious compared to other things, but they can. And what is a substitute for green lip mussels? Where I'm located, it's very expensive. Well, you could feed green tripe if you can get green tripe, because that also has manganese in it, and that's mainly why we feed green lip mussels, along with other benefits. So I would say you could do tripe. And you can also get like green lip mussel powder and dehydrated green lip mussels, but they're probably also expensive, so that doesn't really help you there. So far the program is great. Today will be the first day of their soup transition. Awesome! Keep me updated. When you say anything human grade is safe for ferrets aside from meat that has been processed or seasoned, does that mean that feeding your ferrets sausage is a bad idea, or is it okay? That's a great question, and no, I would not recommend feeding your ferrets sausages. Or pepperoni or anything of that nature. Ham, stuff like that. What was one of your favorite Disney movies as a kid? That's a very good question. Let me pull some up so I can... There's just so many of them. What if I type in best Disney movies? What comes up? I did really like Mulan, but then I saw it like way too many times at one of the summer camps that I went to, and I got sick of it. Very quickly. I don't know. Oh, I like Tangled. I really like that movie. I would say that that's probably one of my favorites. Ooh, the live action Alice in Wonderland movie. That's pretty darn good too. There's so many Disney movies. Oh my god. Yeah, one of those. Someone's awake. Howls. Come here, bud. You want to say hi? Howl, no. He went under the bed. Sorry, guys. He'll probably come out. Hey, Howl, come here. Oh, do you know what'll get him to come? Should I use his toy? You guys know how he feels about this guy. Maybe he'll come out. I hear him moving around. I don't know what he's doing in there. Howard!
We live?
Yes. I'm trying to get Howl out.
Of what?
The bed.
Why?
He doesn't want to come. He doesn't want to come. He's under the bed. Like he just went under there. I don't know. There is a ferret in the background walking around. Oh, Monkey! Come here. You guys, look at Monkey and his summer body. He is fit and trim. Are you fit and trim now? And he lost his mask, so he's back to looking like that. He's so little. You're so little. I gotta clip your nails soon. Oh, another weasel. Thank you. It's a good comparison. We've got a ferret with his winter body and winter coat, and then summer body and summer coat. Very different. Are you guys gonna kiss? Look at him. He's so chunky. Yes, he is monkey. He's not Pazu. He's monkey. Are you tired? Here. Play with towels. Here, play with towels. Whoa. Oh. Pazu just decided to sleep there, I guess. Can I have a shout out? Hello, Layla. No, I'm late and congrats on 8K. Thank you, Bianca. How do you introduce new ferrets to a dog? Well, really depends on the dog. You have to make sure that the dog is trained and knows how to leave it. Excuse me. Introduce them on a harness in mutual territory and very gradually. What? Oh, he doesn't know that I took his toy. He's gonna want it. He's gonna get mad. Watch. This is the only thing that he cares about in this world, is that toy. Are you not gonna bring it? You're not gonna bring it to the... Oh. It's not in its spot. Oh, there he goes. This is not where it belongs. He's just like... What are you doing? Are you mad? Here, I'm gonna throw it back to where it belongs. There. There. I put it back where it belongs. He's such a ham. Are you gonna jump down into the rice box? Yep, he did. I'm currently pregnant with my first baby. Congratulations, Larissa. That's awesome. When do you suggest is a good time to get a ferret? Probably, I would say wait until the baby is born, definitely, and wait until they, I don't know. That's a tough question because, you know, it all depends on your support system, you know, if you have people that are going to help you with the baby and whatnot. I would suggest wait a while though, like a few years, because they're a lot of work. And doing that along with a baby, I can't even imagine. I deleted TikTok after I saw your video about reacting to ferret videos. Aw, you didn't have to delete it. There are a lot of good videos on there. It's just I reacted to all the bad ones. Some of the bad ones, but I mean, I respect your decision anyways. I don't think having a ferret and a newborn is a good idea. They're hard work. I agree with that, Hannah. I have the same thoughts as you. I have a hedgehog, and I was wondering, would she be safe if the ferrets were in the same room but never came in contact with each other? Yeah. The hedgehog may sense the ferret's there. I mean, I think hedgehogs are omnivores. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I think that, like, with hedgehog cages, because I'm pretty sure they're on the ground, right? I think a ferret would be able to get to the cage, and if the ferret sees something that it's not allowed to get into, it's going to figure out how to get into it. Or it's just going to throw a fuss all the time that it's out. How can you deal with all of these ferrets? It's actually very easy. They're not usually all awake at the same time, so I get time with all of them individually, and it's very nice. I don't usually ever feel overwhelmed with them. Unless it's like 5 a.m. and they're all on the bed trying to play. Speaking of, do you think a ferret and a baby could get along like if you already had a ferret and got pregnant? That's a good question. I would definitely keep the ferrets away from the baby for a while because ferrets can be pretty unpredictable in their behavior, in their biting. So just to keep the baby safe, I would keep them separate, and you never know, the baby could like grab the ferret and squeeze or whatever, you know, they're babies, they don't really know. So I just don't really think that it's a good mashup. Is Ferrets for Dummies a good book? From what I've read, there are a lot of good sections in it, so I mean, I haven't read the whole book, so I'm not sure about more than just the sections that I read. Which brand is the best for a commercially balanced raw diet? I really like My Pet Carnivore. That is probably my favorite place to get balanced grinds from. My ferrets are so happy that they're on raw. That's awesome. I was thinking when they're older for sure, definitely not newborn, because I'd be driven insane while just not sure an exact age range. I mean, I think it depends for everybody, and I think kids kind of, I don't know, does this make sense? Like, grow up at different rates than other kids? Like, some kids can just be, like, in their terrible twos for a really long time and whatnot. Can ferrets eat mice? Yes, they can. You're my favorite ferret role model. Oh, that's very nice. Thank you. Is raw chicken good for ferrets? Of course it's good. Let's see, we got, ooh, almost 80 people watching. That's awesome. How old do you have to be to join my program? So I haven't really thought about that. I have had a couple younger people do my program, and usually I suggest that their parents do it as well, like along with them. So as long as, I would say, your parents are the ones to sign up and your parents are the ones emailing me, I would say that that's okay. I'm going to be a first-time ferret owner pretty soon. That's awesome. Should I supplement my ferrets' raw meat with whole prey? Yeah, you can definitely do that, as long as you are doing a balance over time. I'm so happy you make these videos, otherwise I would get a ferret and do some things I shouldn't, such as getting just one ferret. I'm happy that you find them useful, that's why I make them, so I'm happy to see that people are enjoying them, for sure. I have a 9-year-old cat, would it be bad to buy a ferret? Definitely still buy or adopt more than one ferret, and maybe introduce them very slowly in mutual territory, again, both on harnesses and whatnot, very slowly. And your cat may not like them. That is a big possibility. But usually it's not like the cat wants to hurt the ferrets, it's just they want to be kept far away from them. Can you join your program without a ferret? Yes, you can join the program without a ferret. I generally will send you like the first few chapters, and then I send you all the informational chapters so you can read up and study up while you're waiting on your ferrets, and then you can reach out to me once you do get them, and then we can go through the chapters together like normal. You are my favorite ferret person. You're such an inspiration. Thank you, Kira. That's really nice of you. You are amazing. Thank you. I made my own cage out of wood. Is that okay? Most wooden cages or DIY cages that I've seen, like out of hutches, don't look all that great, but I know that it can be done safely if you know what you're doing. So I can't really say without having pictures and whatnot if that's okay. Do you like my ferret's name, Lemmy Winks? Yes, it's very cute. How do you sign up for your program? Go to my website. It's pazuandfriends.weebly.com, and then there's a mentoring program page. Could you possibly make a video on how to introduce ferrets if you haven't already? Well, actually, my good friend Kenya, she just changed her YouTube name. It's neighborhood friendly ferrets, something like that. You can see it if you go onto my page and it's on the sidebar. She's actually getting new ferrets as we speak, and she will be filming a introduction process series or video. So I recommend you check her channel out and learn there. But I probably won't be making one of those videos, at least not now, because I'd want to show you guys the process, but she's actually going to be showing you. When are you making your next episode on your podcast? I want to do that really badly. I just haven't actually planned out the episode yet. I don't really know what I'm going to be talking about in my next episode, but if you have any ideas, I would love to hear them. Yes, you do need a permit to have ferrets in New Jersey, I'm pretty sure. Would a ferret harm Yorkies? I mean, it's really hard to say. I would be more worried about the Yorkies harming the ferrets. Love the new website, by the way. It's gorgeous. Thank you so much, Ivy. Friendly neighborhood ferrets, yes. Are ferrets better kept indoors or outdoors? Indoors, if you live in the States, is pretty much a, what am I trying to say? You kind of have to keep them inside if you live in the States because our weather is just so unpredictable and we have so many predators, fleas and ticks, and whatnot. I signed up for the program. Now, what I have to do? Did you fill out the like actual questionnaire and send it to me? If you did, I have not seen it yet because I have not checked my email yet, but I will after the stream. I enjoy your videos. I adopted my ferret and he is 9 years old. Aw, but he doesn't like raw food. Do you think it's because the previous owner never trained him? Yes, it is usually because they just haven't had any access to it and they've been eating kibble for 9 years. So they can be kind of stubborn to switch, but it is definitely not impossible. Is it okay to take your ferret camping? Yes, and my good friend at the Modern Mustela on Instagram just recently did that, so I suggest you reach out to her and see how she did that. Are ferrets legal in Michigan? Guys, I don't know. I'm not a Google search bot. You can Google that yourself. Not to sound mean or anything at all. That's just, I don't want it to come out that way. But you can Google that and figure that out. My ferret has looked healthier than when we got her thanks to watching your videos. That's awesome. Happy to hear that. Is it better to have boy or girl ferrets? It really doesn't matter. I love your new website. Looks so professional. Thank you. Ferret ownership is legal in Michigan. Thank you for confirming that. How do you reduce the smell of ferrets? I have that in the FAQ right here if you want to check that out. Are there any main differences between males and females? Not really if they're both spayed and neutered. There's not much of a difference, just that females tend to be smaller and they tend to be... That's pretty much it. They tend to be smaller and they tend to eat slightly less than males do. If I can't get a ferret, should I wait or get one from a pet store? If you are asking me that question, you probably have not watched enough of my videos. I will let you go watch my video on Marshall Farms and then see what you think after watching that. If I didn't see your channel, my ferrets wouldn't be as happy as they are now. Aw, thanks. Happy to hear that for sure. Which gender is more energetic? Doesn't really matter. There's really no difference. Currently cleaning out my ferret's cage. This is a great entertainment while I clean a litter box. How much do vaccinations cost for ferrets? They're pretty inexpensive, but I'm not sure. And I think every vet office charges something different, and every state and city charges something different. What's the nicest thing someone has ever said or done to you? I don't know. A few months ago, a bunch of my friends on my Discord sent me like a care package, and that was super nice, and that really made me happy. I'd say that's probably one of the nicest things someone has ever done for me. Is it okay to have male and females together? Sure is. I have a guinea pig. Would they get along? Absolutely not. Your ferret will eat the guinea pig. My ferret is due for rabies vaccine. They need annual rabies vaccine. Most states require an annual rabies vaccine, even though it has been proven to be way too much for a ferret, and so a lot of our ferrets end up being over vaccinated because that's just what the state requires, even though it has been proven that one vaccine is good for a very long time in a ferret, but that's up to you to discuss with your vet. I know ferrets can be around dogs, but I was trying to see how big they can be because I wanted a teacup poodle and they're around 6 or 5 pounds. I mean, that's fine as long as the dog is trained well. How often do you have to take your ferrets to the vet? Annually, and as they get older, you might want to do biannually. Was Pazu your first ferret? Yes, he was. Any advice of taking ferrets out in snow season? My ferrets don't really like going out in the snow, so I mean, if you want to do it, very, very short sessions, maybe 5 minutes outside in the snow or less, depending on how cold it is, because their feet can get really cold. They don't have very good protection on their paw pads, so I would be very careful with that. Sorry if you hear Brian screaming. If you feed raw, what protein is okay, or would one be harmful? I mean, they're not really none are really harmful. We recommend not feeding meat from other carnivorous animals like wolves or bears and stuff, because you can get that meat and feed it to your ferrets, but I wouldn't suggest doing that. But many proteins are okay. Chicken, turkey, duck, fish, there's a lot. Can I keep my ferrets and the guinea pig in the same room? No, I would definitely not recommend doing that. Jade said it perfectly. Ferrets are predators and guinea pigs are prey. Yes, ferrets do eat guinea pigs, and many raw feeders actually feed them to their ferrets, so not a good idea. What should you brush their teeth with? A finger brush. I'm not sure on toothpaste. A lot of them contain sugar. I don't personally, and I've never had to brush their teeth, so I don't have a brand that I can recommend to you, unfortunately. I have 1 dog and 2 cats. Would it be okay to have 2 ferrets? Yeah, of course. How often do you get new toys for your ferrets? Not often, because I don't have a lot of money to spend right now. So, I mean, they're pretty happy just given a large space to play and explore. If your ferret's getting really bored, I suggest showing them other areas of the house, bringing them outside and playing and whatnot. I'm getting my ferrets from a breeder. That's good. As long as it's a reputable breeder, of course. Can it be too hot for a ferret? I ask because I live in Florida, therefore it gets hot. Yes, it can absolutely be too hot for a ferret, especially in Florida, so you want to make sure that you have a working AC unit, ice packs, and a constant access to water. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yes, Ferrets of the Galaxy also lives in Florida and says that she rarely takes them outside, which I can agree with because it's just so freaking hot down there. I have a Marshall's ferret and don't use Marshall's products. That's awesome. Happy to hear that. Can a gecko be in the same room with a ferret? I guess as long as, again, the gecko is out of reach from a ferret would eat a gecko if they could. They would eat a lot of things if they could. Since I don't have Instagram, I'm constantly bugging my dad to show me your new post. That's funny. I forgot to post that I'm live. I should have probably done that. Let's see. Ew, what is on the back of my phone? Lotion? Hold on, guys. I'm just making a post saying that I'm live. Oops. Okay, posted. I live in South Dakota. In summer, it could get 90. Would a ferret be okay? Again, Same goes, make sure you have an AC unit, water bottles and whatnot. Do not take them outside in that kind of weather. Do you ever travel with your ferrets? We don't really go places very often. Where we do go, usually I can bring the ferrets safely, so I do that. How many ferrets can you fit max in a double Ferret Nation cage? I'm always confused about this, so yeah. I would say max 5, because then space starts to get really cramped in there. What is the best place in the house to put the ferret cage? That's a good question. I would say anywhere that isn't in the direct sun. Oh, hi Appa. He's gonna try to fit his fat body under the door. Do you guys think he could do it? They can usually fit under as long as the door isn't shut all the way. Hi, buddy. Come here. Come here. Yes. Oh. Oh. Look at this guy. He's a big guy. You guys are almost seeing all the ferrets today. You saw Pazu, Howl, now you're seeing Appa. Say hi, Appa. Hey, hi. He's been on his best behavior lately. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. I love his little paws. Those your little paws. If I have a hamster, can I still get a ferret? Yes, same thing, guys. As long as they're out of reach, and I would not keep a hamster and a ferret in the same room. No, I would not. Yes, I kissed you. He's like, okay, I'm tired. He probably has to go to the bathroom because he just woke up and he didn't go to the bathroom. Do you have to go to the bathroom? There you go. There he goes. Where do you get your ferret cues from? I actually just made a video on this, so go check that out. I just posted it yesterday. How old is Pazu? He will be 2 in July. I'm very sad about it. I want him to stay 1 year old forever. Which ferret is your favorite? I do not have a favorite ferret. I love them all equally. What is he doing back there? Causing trouble? He's looking for meat. You guys can't see I have like a giant box. That's where they eat. That's their feeding den. Oh, thank you, Sully, for the donation. I appreciate it. What is a good shelter to adopt a ferret at in New York? Depends on where you are in New York. Of course, ferrets are illegal in New York City, so I don't recommend having one there. But I suggest the Lake Road Ferret Farm, and there's also Ferret Palooza, I think, in Buffalo. Can albino ferrets go blind faster than a panda ferret? That I do not know. How do you teach your ferret to come to you? I mean, I haven't really taught them that. They just learn over time that when they come to me, they get a pet or a kiss. It's always a positive interaction. How much did your ferrets cost? Do you think between 60 and 100 is cheap? Also, are there really fake ferrets? I don't understand what that means. But it all depends on where you get them. Appa and Momo were $200 total at the shelter that I adopted them from. At night, do your ferrets sleep with you? No, they don't really choose to sleep with me in the bed. They sleep in the closet, on their beds, in a cuddle puddle together usually, but not with me. What is your favorite color for a ferret? I love sable ferrets, so the color that Pazu is, that's my favorite. Is yarn safe for ferrets? Because I want to know if me looming a hammock tunnel for their future cage will be harmful. I don't think it would be harmful as long as you know, it sounds like you know what you're doing, so. Is it illegal to have a ferret in Reed City? I don't know what Reed City is. Do you think having a 9-year-old dog with 2 ferrets is overwhelming for the dog? I mean, it might be. It all depends on the dog and the ferrets. My ferret was surrendered to me from people who bought her from a pet store, and thanks to you, I knew about the high possibility of her having ear mites, and after her vet visit, she feels great. That's awesome, Brooklyn. That makes me really happy. Was Appa and Momo a bonded pair? Yes.
Nice. Diffuse.
Brian is loud.
Where are you going?
Let me close this. He's very loud. Since we are moving, we are setting up a room to be a ferret room, and they can roam around the house, and we are ferret proofing the whole house. That's awesome! Love to hear that. It is the big sad when I can't access most of the supplies you suggest because continent. Yeah, but depending on the supplies that you want, they might not even be that great, you know? Like cages, Ferret Nation cage, I mean, you don't need a cage, so if you don't have access to it, it's not a huge deal in my personal opinion, but I wouldn't suggest keeping a hamster and ferrets in the same room. Just doesn't seem like a very good idea. Your channel is growing so fast. Congratulations. Yeah, I know. It's insane. I didn't think so many people would want to see this kind of content, but guess so. Can I purchase a companion to my 9-year-old ferret? Well, I do recommend, of course, adopting, rescuing another ferret. But yeah, I mean, as long as you do a 2-week quarantine period, you exchange blankets and stuff, introduce them gradually, mutual territory again, I'm sure that that would be very good for your ferret. Does the ferret cage need to be close to a sunny spot? I would not keep it in direct sunlight. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter as long as it's not in direct sunlight. So if it's close to a sunny spot, I guess that's fine. My friend secretly keeps a ferret in college. Well, that's a little concerning. Is it good to get some furniture at Pets at Home? I don't know what Pets at Home is. I don't know if that's a US store. I don't think it is. Oh, it's more for organs and stuff. I see. It's not common here, so I'll have to find a butcher that will probably be confused. Well, I did just post a blog post on where to buy raw online in different countries as well, so I don't know if you've looked at that yet. I haven't finished it. I'm not, done with it at all, but there are some things on there. Where did you get your tapestry? I got this from Amazon. That's where I got it. Hi, love you. You give so many good ferret advice everyone could use. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, Jessie. You should get a picture of Momo in a dress to go with Pazu. Yes! I would love to get another portrait done and have Momo in a little dress. Would you recommend Ferret as a quarantine buddy? No, I would not, because I don't think that people should be getting animals, and ferrets especially, because they want a quarantine buddy. I think that could be very harmful and is not exactly responsible. I know that's me just being a Debbie Downer, but I mean, it's true. I think that, they're a long-term commitment, and people who go out and get animals because they're bored during this time, not a good idea, because our situation will not be like this for a long time. It's not going to keep being like this. Eventually things will go back to semi-normalcy. So, yeah. I love your channel. You're my favorite ferret YouTuber. Thank you, Bethany. It's a UK store. That's what I thought, but I wasn't positive. Do you have a Pet Supplies Plus at where you live? We used to back where my parents live. When I lived there, we had one. Yes, ferrets are long-term companions, so you should foster instead. Yes, you can do that. I have a mini fridge in my ferret's room for raw food. That's cute. Do you think it's safe to buy a ferret cage off of Amazon? I mean, sure. Hi, Pazu. Congratulations for the 8K. I like being called Pazu. That's cute. You are not a Debbie Downer. This is the truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, I definitely agree with that. However, a lot of people think that I am a Debbie Downer, so that's why I call myself one. Cleaner suggestions for accidents on carpet. I've heard that Windex is actually really good for cleaning carpet stains. I can't confirm this because I've never done it, but I have heard that people have used Windex for that and it's worked. If anyone wants to confirm, that would be great. Can you suggest any gates so my dog can't get into my room and the ferrets can't escape, since I can only free roam in my room? I do not have any gate suggestions. I've never used any personally, but I'm sure someone in chat could help you. When you had your cage, how long did it usually take you to clean it? I'm still cleaning mine. Not a long time. Maybe like 20 minutes it took me total to clean the cage. Hi, so happy I'm not missing this live video. Hi, Ashley. Yes, we have not had any ferrets get it naturally, but let's just assume that they can, so we can, you know, just practice safe handling and wash your hands, clean everything that you touch and whatnot frequently. Can I feed my ferret raw bones as a treat? I wouldn't recommend this because when they eat kibble, their stomach acidity is is very different from a raw-fed ferret's stomach acid. So the raw-fed ferret's stomach, sorry, I haven't talked about this in a while, so I'm kind of stumbling over my words, but the raw-fed ferret's stomach acid is very acidic, and it actually works to smooth out the edges of bones when they swallow them so that they can go through really easily. But kibble-fed ferrets don't exactly have that ability. It's not as effective as a raw-fed ferret's belly, so they might have more trouble actually smoothing out those rough edges during digestion, so I would not recommend doing that. Do you want to have more ferrets in the future? Yes, I think that I will always have ferrets until the day I die. I think that I will always have them. Can you get Bryn? He's in the middle of a video game, or I would. I'm really glad you're doing this. You are the best ferret YouTuber I've found. Thank you. If I get ferrets and I get them a smaller cage like the single critter nation to keep them in during the night and when I'm away or not home, is this a bad idea? I think that it would be a bad idea because it's not just, if you were saying just overnight, I think that would be fine, but I mean, when you're not away or at home, especially when the quarantine ends, I think that that might be a lot of time in a small cage, so I wouldn't recommend it. Did you ever watch Exotic and her 2 ferrets? Yes, I have in the past. Is it okay to give my ferret wet kibble? Yes, if you're going to feed kibble, definitely put water in the food for every meal. You can't change your parents' opinion. Yeah, it is very hard to change your parents' mind when they don't want to do something. I know that from experience as well. Can you feed Ziwi Peak and Y Song together? I would recommend just feeding the Ziwi Peak. Take out the Y Song completely. What's he playing? He is playing Valorant with his friends. Is it me or ferrets are becoming trendy and it might not be cool? That's a very good question and a very interesting observation. I have heard that ferret sales spiked right before quarantine happened because people didn't want to be alone and they wanted a quarantine pet or whatever. So yes, I think that that could be very bad in the long run for ferrets, especially all those ferrets that were impulsively bought because of the quarantine. I think that they will suffer as well, which is very sad. Hi, I have seen all of your videos in 2 days and I'm thinking of getting a ferret. Definitely do a lot of research. I would suggest months, if not at least a year worth of researching before you get a ferret. You will not regret it. So this is a little dark to bring up, but I've noticed that the pet stores around me are not selling ferrets right now. Do you think Marshall's is taking them back for more to be available for COVID testing? I do not believe so, because they have a completely separate line of ferrets that they use for animal testing. So I think that they have been probably stopping the production of them, because I'm pretty sure that Petco is stopping the sale of most live pets at this time. I mean, at least the pet stores that I have been to since the quarantine happened, I haven't seen any ferrets or like hamsters or anything. So I'm thinking that they're just doing that because of the quarantine. What do you think about the natural chemistry healthy habitat spray to take care of their smell? I am not familiar with that product, so I'm not sure. My ferret cage is a wire bottom cage, so I taped cardboard on the bottom and the ramp is very slippery. Is there anything I can do? So yeah, cardboard wouldn't be the best option. I would say someone in the chat might be able to help you with that, but I haven't really experienced that. I usually would cover the cage with blankets, but I didn't have a wire floor cage with a double ferret nation, so I'm not sure, but someone should be able to help you in chat, I'm sure. Do you have your parents watch your ferrets when you go on trips? I don't go on very many trips. I usually find a way to bring them with me, but I have had my parents watch them in the past. Usually I choose to have my sister watch them. Does a ferret need to be brushed? I mean, you can try. All the times that I've tried, I haven't been able to get much hair out, so you would probably have better luck using like a lint roller. Can you show us Pazu, Howl, Appa, or Momo? They are all sleeping. Oh my gosh, Howl's sleeping on his back with his paws up like that. So cute. So what is the best idea if I have had a ferret before and I want to get one, but I don't know how to approach my mom about it? Can you give me some advice? I have a whole video on this if you're interested. I've heard that European breeders are better due to more laws. Would it be okay for me to get one since I can't find rescues and my pet store rarely has some? Well, if you're in the UK, there are a lot of reputable breeders, but there are also a lot of backyard breeders. So you want to be careful with who you go with. Make sure that the breeder will let you see where they're living, where they're being raised, lets you see the mom and the dad if the dad is present, and also access to health records, just as much information as they can give you. If they are not willing to give you that information, they are a backyard breeder, which you do not want to get from. Is brushing good for the oil on their skin? Yes, in theory it would be good for the oil on their skin like it is for humans, but again, it's not really super effective, at least in my experience. The only reason I asked about Marshall's taking them back is because stores by me still have the mice, hamsters, birds. I'm not positive, but just because they do have the two separate lines of ferrets, I would assume that they cannot, take them back and use them for testing. I do not use toothpaste, no. What does ferret fur feel like? I can't find any videos on it on the internet at all. I'm so curious what they feel like, whether they have wiry or soft fur. It definitely depends on the season. Like in the summer, they usually have coarser fur and shorter fur. But in the winter, they grow in a winter coat that's longer and plush and fluffy. Ooh, excuse me. But in the winter, they are very, very soft. Can you get ferrets off Craigslist? Absolutely, you can. I suggest watching Kenya's video that she just posted on Craigslist ferrets on her channel. Can I give my ferrets KT kibble? Guys, you already know my answer to that question. I don't mean to be rude, but you guys know. I just got a soft boar bristle brush for my ferrets to help with their itching. I mean, you can try it. I'm not saying that it won't work. It just, in my experience, isn't super effective. If we email you about the program but aren't ready to start tomorrow, is that okay? I want to be in the wait list, but I can't start tomorrow. That is fine. Just make sure you put it like in the email so I don't keep bothering you about it. Guys, if you're asking me about names, I'm not going to answer them or read them because I've done that a lot in the past, and then everyone starts asking me, do you like this name? What about this name for a ferret? And it really doesn't matter. My opinion does not matter. I don't want to make that huge decision for you. So, I mean, if you like the name, that's good, then that's all that matters. Also, for the person who asked about the ramp, you might want to use thick fabric like denim. That is a good option. Do you consider ferrets as good pets for traveling? I mean, yes and no. Yes, because they tend to do okay with change. Of course, depending on your ferret, if your ferret has a health condition like IBD or any stress-triggered diseases, that might not be a good idea. But in general, most ferrets are pretty good at traveling and going from new place to place. But I would say like a dog would be a better companion for that overall. My parents said I can free roam them to my room during the day. Is that okay? Really depends. A lot of rooms are way too small. Like this room, for example, would be way too small to keep my ferrets in if it was just this one room. So I would recommend allowing access to bigger areas. Ever since I started watching your videos, I really want to switch my rabbit off of KT food. Thank you for the information. I mean, I don't know anything about rabbits, but I suggest looking at Lennon the Bunny's channel. She probably has good recommendations. I don't think that she generally promotes feeding pellets to rabbits. I'm not positive on that at all. I think mostly it's like hay, like alfalfa hay, I think. I don't know. I don't know anything about rabbits. I just know what she has told in her videos. Congrats for AK. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. I will probably go shortly. Wow, we've got 80 people watching. That is a lot. 9K live next week. I don't know about that. I think that this was just a fluke this time that I got 1,000 more people in a week. But I mean, if so, yes, I would do another live. If you travel with ferrets, make sure to get a hard carrier. My ferret hated the cloth carrier and it made our traveling hard, but he's a lot better with the new hard carrier. Absolutely. I loved the soft carrier that I had. It was super big and spacious for them, but they could like claw their way out of it almost. And the mesh, if you have any carrier with a mesh on it, good luck, because they're going to be just scratching at that until like, just don't. Hard plastic carriers are the best way to go. What is the inspiration behind Pazu's name? He is a character from Castle in the Sky. It is a Studio Ghibli movie that I like a lot. She does hay. Yes, that's what I thought. No flukes, we will make it happen. I found only one review that was very positive. They're apparently sourced from a French breeder, and since they're not popular here, I don't think it's like an animal meal. Again, I would just ask all of those questions. You know, can I see where they're raised, or where they're born? How do you keep the mom and the dad and whatnot? Definitely important questions to ask. Quick question, are hunting dogs a problem with ferrets? Again, if they're trained, it's okay. Like my dog at home is technically a hunting dog, but she's not trained to hunt, so that might be different. But she's fine with the ferrets, but other dogs might not be, especially if they're trained for hunting. What is your main raw feeding website? It is up here, but just without the FAQ at the end. That is my website. So make sure you guys get your questions in, because I will probably go off live very soon.
Oh shit, not available. Look back along.
I'm going to be getting 2 ferrets. I've been learning so much. That's awesome. Has your subscriber to watcher ratio improved? I remember that being a problem in the past. I just thought about that the other day, actually, and I don't think it's changed much at all, actually. Do you feed your dog raw? I don't, because she doesn't live with me. She lives with my parents, and so she's technically like a family dog, so I don't really have much control over her diet. But I give my mom suggestions all the time, but she usually doesn't follow through with them, so. If she lived with me, yes, I would feed her raw. Do you think if I let do you think if I let my ferrets do not even go in their cage and just run in the house and sleep in my room, that's fine as long as it's safe? My ferret hunts my dog. That's funny. She is a puppy and I'm very confused if it would be okay. Well, if the hunting dog is a puppy, I'm sure that it would be fine as long as, you know, you're doing proper training with them. I wanted to ask if fake ferrets exist. Some people told me I should be careful about that. I don't know. I've never heard of that before. I said it once and I'll say it again. You need to go live on Instagram. I always forget. But yeah, I'd love to do that. There's that one ad of that guy screaming, he can't train my dog in 20 days. I feel assaulted and I don't have a dog. What? How small of a tub should you get for a ferret? What do you mean, tub? Are you going to make merch someday? I would love to do that someday, but that does require money, so I will wait until I can afford that. Do you own any pets other than ferrets? Not in this apartment, but back at my parents' house, we have 3 cats and a dog. Can I feed my ferret chicken nuggets from McDonald's? I think that is pretty much common sense, so I'm not going to answer that. Sounds like a meme question. If that's actually a question of yours, you are not ready for ferrets. Merch, please. Yes, merch. I would love to do that. Love to do that. That's on my list of things to do eventually, along with a P.O. box, because you guys want to send me drawings and stuff and letters. I would love that. Oh, and then, do you have a way for fan mail? Yes. Well, no, I don't, but I would like to in the future. Hi, Globus. Will my ferrets slip on hardwood floor, or should I get a rug for my room? Some ferrets don't do well on hardwood and hard flooring. I do recommend getting rugs. They love rugs. Area rugs, as many as you can get. They love them. Ooh, excuse me. Is it okay to keep ferrets and your cats and a small dog? Yes, if it's supervised, of course. How much money would you say you use every month for your ferrets? That's really hard to say. I don't know. Anywhere under $200 a month, maybe, in total for like pee pads and stuff. It's really hard to calculate. I would have to sit down and do like a spreadsheet to figure that out. I'm probably gonna go in a couple minutes, y'all, if that's okay. Got a lot of stuff to do around the house today, cleaning. Fun. Very fun stuff. Welcome back, Lori. You came back while we will be finishing up soon. I went to your website but couldn't figure out how to sign up for your program. So you go on the mentoring page and then you start like an email, create a new email. Not new email account, but go into your email, create new message, fill out the answers to those questions, and send it to me. I know they are sensitive to strong smells. Is painting in the same room too strong for them? I would say yes. That would be way too strong for ferrets to be in the same room. I hope all is well. Hello, Madison. How are the ferrets? They're doing great. No issues lately. And Pazu and Tanji have a vet appointment on Monday, and I'm not looking forward to it because I cannot go inside with them. And that makes me sad. Do your ferrets dead sleep? Not really. I haven't caught them doing it in a long time. How small of a tube should you get for a ferret? I mean, I don't know. Just get like a big dryer hose, like I was saying, or dryer tube, tunnel, whatever they're called. Alright, y'all, I think that we got through a lot of really good questions in this live stream. I will be posting it once it's done rendering onto my YouTube channel, so if you missed the beginning part, you can watch it again and see what you missed. But thank you guys so much for 8,000 subscribers again. Pretty crazy. Do not forget, follow me on Instagram. I have my @ here. I have 2 accounts on Instagram. One for the ferrets and then one for my raw feeding stuff. Follow both of them. Highly recommend. And if you want to do my program, fill that out now so you can get in quickly. And yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. But yes, talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for being here today. Really appreciate it. Do not forget, you can join my Discord too. That's where we talk all the time. If someone wants to post a link to the Discord, would appreciate that. But yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys very, very soon. All right, bye everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for 8K. Bye, see you for the 9K live stream next week. I highly doubt it, but bye. Bye guys, thank you.